The BRICS group of 5 major emerging economies called Monday for reform of the United Nations and tougher measures against terrorist groups, while denouncing North Korea's latest nuclear test at a summit in China that seeks to enlarge the organization's presence on the world stage. The nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, agreed in a joint declaration to strengthen cooperation against a range of organizations described as terrorists, including some based in Pakistan, in a diplomatic victory for New Delhi. The 5 also pledged their opposition to protectionism, a theme increasingly taken up by host Chinese President Xi Jinping as anti-globalization sentiment in the West poses a threat to China's vast export markets. In the 43-page declaration, Xi, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Russian President Vladimir Putin, Brazilian President Michel Temer and South African President Jacob Zuma said they would work together to improve global economic governance to foster a more just and equitable international order. They also strongly condemned North Korea's 6th, and most powerful, nuclear test that took place Sunday and has overshadowed the 2-day BRICS summit in the southeastern Chinese city of Xiamen that China is using as a showcase for its growing international status. Preeti Saran, an official with India's Ministry of External Affairs, said each leader had referred to North Korea's nuclear test when they spoke during their meeting. The declaration said the 5 emphasized that the issue should only be settled through peaceful means and direct dialogue of all the parties concerned. They called for comprehensive reform of the UN and the UN Security Council with a view to making it more representative, effective and efficient, and to increase the representation of the developing countries so that it can adequately respond to global challenges. No proposals on specific reforms were offered. China, the world's second-largest economy, wants BRICS to play a more important role in international affairs. But some observers suggest the group's influence is waning given the ongoing political and economic rivalry between China and India and the economic woes faced by Brazil, Russia, and South Africa. In addressing terrorism, the declaration named organizations including the Pakistan-based militant group Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed, the Islamic State group and Al-Qaeda. Saran said it was the first time there had been a specific listing of alleged terrorist groups in a BRICS document, calling that a very important development. China, a key ally of Pakistan, has repeatedly blocked India's attempts to have the leader of Jaish-e-Mohammed, Masood Azhar, put on a UN Security Council terror blacklist. India has accused our rival Pakistan of harboring and training militants to launch attacks on its soil. China is a veto-wielding permanent member of the Security Council and has been seen as using that clout to gain an edge in its political and economic rivalry with India. The nuclear-armed Asian giants recently ended a 10-week border standoff high in the Himalayas that reawakened memories of their 1962 frontier war, paving the way for Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to attend the BRICS summit in China. Saran denied any connection between China's agreement to list the Pakistan-based organizations and the withdrawal of Indian troops from the contested Himalayan area last week. This is a multilateral forum with 5 sovereign countries. There is no linkage to any other development, she said. At earlier BRICS summits, China balked at India raising Pakistan-sponsored terrorism allegations and defended its allies' role in countering terrorism, said Sriram Jalia, Dean of the Jindal School of International Affairs near New Delhi. The inclusion of the 2 Pakistan-based groups in the declaration shows that India has finally succeeded in persuading all BRICS members that Islamist fundamentalists pose a universal threat, Chalia said.